Hi, it's me JD and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be making DIY Christmas cards using Nuvo Drops. Nuvo Drops by Tonic Studios have been out for quite some time now, but I wanted to show you a variety of techniques to use them in your handmade Christmas cards. Nuvo Drops come in an assortment of different finishes. For this video, I'm going to be using some metallic, some glitter, and some opaque. I have a very simple way of swatching my Nuvo Drops. I just place a drop right on the top of the cap. What I love about Nuvo Drops is that you can customize the size and shape of your enamel embellishments or dots. Depending on how large your dot is, they can take anywhere from a few minutes to an hour to dry. I like to let them dry overnight just to be safe. These Nuvo Drops are only a few dollars a bottle and they will last you some time. I don't think I've had to replace one bottle yet. So sit back, subscribe, and we'll jump right into some techniques with Nuvo Drops for your holiday cards. For this first card making technique, I'm going to start off by hand drawing a triangle shape that kind of resembles a Christmas tree. I'm doing this entirely in pencil just in case I need to erase anything or correct my triangle shape. Once I'm satisfied with my triangle, I'll get out some Nuvo Drops and then I'll start placing it within the triangle so that it fills up my triangle shape or my Christmas tree. As I'm doing this technique, I'm realizing that my blobs are coming out not so cute. So a tip for you when working with Nuvo Drops is to get out a scrap piece of paper and test on there first so that you kind of get a rhythm down of the size and shape that you want. I'll set this aside to dry, and once it is dry, I can go back in and erase all those pencil marks. I'll show you how I turn all of these pieces into cards at the end of the video. This next card is a variation of the Christmas tree. I'm going to make streaks on my Christmas tree. It's going to be very abstract looking. So like the first card, I'm going to draw out my triangle on pencil, and then with my Nuvo Drop bottle, I'm just going to go back and forth and make some zigzags. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're like, this just looks like a bunch of ketchup that you spilled. But hang with me for a little bit. It's gonna look like a Christmas tree soon. I'm just wiping off the excess off of that bottle so it doesn't clog up on the Nuvo Drop tip. I'm going in with a second color now to help fill in those gaps. And this Christmas tree is starting to take some form. Of course, what really seals the deal in any Christmas tree is the star on top of the tree. So I'll do that with some gold Nuvo Drops, and now I'm just shaking my cardstock to help flatten that drop a little. With the variety of colors and textures of Nuvo Drops, you can also make fun patterns with them. And for this next Christmas card, I'll be making a pattern on an ornament. So I'm just using a circle die to help trace my circle. And then I'm going to go in with the dots and just create a dot pattern. You can create a stripe pattern. You can use one color only. I think that would be really pretty. What makes this technique fun is that you get amazing texture once this dries. Any kind of 3D element always adds some wow to a handmade card. For this next technique, we're going to be making a snowy background. Now, I think this works best with darker colored cardstock and white opaque Nuvo Drops, but you can of course use any glitter drops be fun and any metallic drops be fun, but I thought the contrast would really pop. I'm just going in a random order. One tip for you is if you're going to do this technique, then you definitely want to move from up to down or left to right if you're right-handed like me, because yeah, whoopsies. Yeah, another tip for you, have baby wipes at the ready. Once my hands are nice and clean again, I'm going to add a few more drops, and then, like I did before, I'm going to just shake this up and down, sorry for the motion, to help flatten some of those dots. I'll also flick it from the back, that also helps to round out those dots. And I'll set this aside to dry, and you can just see the wonderful dimension there. Another fun way to use Nuvo Drops in your Christmas cards is to make Christmas string lights. And this is just exactly how you would imagine it. You just kind of draw out or plan out your string of lights and then put down your Nuvo Drops in a pattern to go along the string. You can also do this for a variety of different holidays. I think this would be fun for a birthday card, or you can do Halloween lights. A 4th of July card would also be fun. You could stamp an image, an outline stamp image would be best, and then line it with all these Nuvo Drops. That would give it a really fun dimension to your stamped image. And like the others, I'll set this aside to dry. This next technique is definitely my favorite. I'm going to start off by drawing some candy cane shapes in a pattern on my craft cardstock. Then, using opaque red and white Nuvo Drops, I'm going to go in an alternating pattern along my candy cane. I'm spacing the dots out, I don't know, probably a millimeter or 2 apart. You'll want them a little bit close together because you'll see why in the next step. So once my dots are all on there, I'm going to get out my pokey tool, I forget what this is called, and a baby wipe standing by. And I'm going to drag all of those dots so it forms this really fun striped candy cane pattern. You'll want to clean your pokey tool every time you drag it through the Nuvo Drops because you don't want it to harden or transfer to any other candy cane. And so I repeat this step a bunch of times. I try not to let the Nuvo Drops get too dry because you still want them a little tacky to have the dragging effect work. I'm being a little bit impatient here because I didn't let the Nuvo Drops dry fully, but I just wanted to erase those pencil marks to get the full effect of this card. And now to wrap up all of these Nuvo Drop cards, I die cut out different pieces and set them back so they're framed and put die cut sentiments on top of them. Some I left as is and just added a word die cut on top of those. And for the others, I added some foam tape and some string just to make them even more dimensional. So that wraps it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed these easy peasy Christmas cards. Let me know which of these you like the best, and I'll catch you in the next video.